Aloha, welcome back. The last time I was in Boston, I was able to visit a few tiki bars, one of which was called Tiki Rock. It had a fine decoration of all the tiki decor, like the masks and the tikis and the lamps and some Polynesian scenery. It has a wide variety of rums you could taste. You could have a flight of them, you could have them individually. And one of their drinks was called a strawberry Mai Tai. And honestly, it was garbage. I don't even know why I ordered it. It was kind of cool. They served it in a terracotta cup, but I said, you know, no way. I couldn't even finish it. They brought out this flaming pineapple. I said, wow, what's that drink that's on fire? And they said, oh, any drink you want. Just for an extra $15, we'll set it on fire for you. I don't know that I need flames on my drink for an extra $15. It's cool when the drinks are flaming, when that's part of the garnish, but I don't know. But the one that really did catch my attention, and I'm going to try and recreate it now, is called the Smoldering Volcano. Now, this is not to be confused with the volcano that's served in a volcano bowl, but it's just the Smoldering Volcano. Now, this drink does have a garnish. And honestly, I was a little disappointed that it didn't come with the garnish I wanted. I actually didn't find out about it until after I left and I looked up to see if they had the recipe online. And it was dry ice, but I'm not going to go and buy 10 pounds of dry ice just to use a gram of it for effects. This is kind of like a really cool tiki old-fashioned, if you will, because it's got a lot of bourbon, scotch in it, and some bitters. So, we're going to start with our mixing glass full of ice. And we are going to stir this because they're all clear liquors in here. And we're going to start with a ½ ounce of rye. Quarter ounce of apricot. Like an eighth of an ounce of amaretto. So, you have the graduated jigger here, not even a quarter, just a splash. Ounce and a half of bourbon. They used Four Roses, that's what I'm going to use. It's a good bourbon, good for drinking straight, but also excellent for mixing. It's not overly dominant. Dash of Angostura. Dash of Mole bitters. In this case, I'm using V Brothers Aztec chocolate bitters. And just stir. Now, you're going to wonder what the Ardbeg is here. Ardbeg is a heavily peated scotch. That means that it's super smoky. Scotch is whiskey, but they make it by smoking the barley. So this drink calls for a spritz of Ardbeg. So we get our glass, our rocks glass with a large ice cube of ice. These atomizers, you could probably find them in the liquor store, and they're great if you like a very dry martini, if you're using a lot of cocktails that have an absinthe rinse, or an Ardbeg spritz. You just give it a couple of squirts. I'm going to give it 3. Get our strainer. Let's see if it's anything like what I remember. Cheers. That's not bad. That's not bad. I think it's a little heavy on the whiskey. Maybe I should dial back the bourbon. But it's got that smoke. It's got the whiskey for sure. You could barely taste the apricot. And you could barely taste the amaretto, which is good. You just want the sugar in there. And a little bit of sweeter flavors just to mellow this out. Because as you could tell, there's a lot of whiskey in here. What I like is when you hold the glass up to your nose, you smell that smoke, like a smoldering volcano. The only thing this is lacking here is a garnish. You don't really need it, but if you were to get one, it should be dry ice. They make special swizzle sticks that contain it because you don't want to swallow that stuff. You could literally die. And if you just put the dry ice directly in there, it's going to offset the flavors of the drink. It's just really cool to see the smoke coming out of this glass. They didn't do that for me. I still enjoyed the drink. I'm still enjoying it now. Till next time, mahalo and cheers.
Isn't happy hour anytime?